Represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. Our story. That's right. And I'm with Spicy Girl and that Mother Moon. La Familia. Mighty Thor and a Quiet Q. Super Hood. Omar. On the grill. And the B-Lot. 3 amigos. 4 brothers. Mr. Nicely Seasoned. What's the mariachis without Senor Raider? Representing just like the beginning Oakland Raider. Darlene and the Raider home. What about Little Chucky Gruded, my boss. Black Eyes. We're tailgaters. And it began on an autumn day. Right here in the OAK. California dreaming in that golden state. Alameda County right here in the Bay. And you could find me on that east side, yo. Representing that east side, oh. But no matter what, we represent the shield. Just like Anna in the band club Emeryville. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity, from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. Our story. Right. Yo, this is my story and I represent it with the pride and the poison commitment to that excellence I represent with noise. This is how I do it, the silver and the black, and I come into the track and I represent it matter of fact. And I'm cruising around with Hollywood Raider all around the town, and I just found out Raider Savage on the interstate. Raider de la Baja, yeah, orale. So get over here, cause we representing now. And that I don't win as a pirate. The I don't win as a breeze. The I don't win as a race. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity, from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. That's right, Mr. Matter of Fact is here.
What is up, Raider Nation?
Hello, hello.
Welcome to For Life, Our Raider Story. This is our take. I'm your host tonight, Spicy Raider Girl, and I'm here with Mother Moon behind the scenes. What's up, Mother Moon?
What's up, everyone? Welcome again. How was your weekend?
Welcome back to the show. Welcome back home from Las Vegas. I'm sure all of you have made it back by now. There might be a few stragglers. You know, I almost missed my flight myself, but we're going to talk about that later. So on tonight's show, of course, we have our very own Mighty Thor. He'll be joining us later with his Super Bowl recap, as well as Nevada Nick. He'll be joining us not only with the recap, but he has some picks for the next season already. So he's already on it. What is up, everybody that's watching? I saw Raider Moore. Raider Moore, what's up? I didn't see you in Vegas this weekend. Thought maybe I'd run into you out there. Raider Steve says he's still waiting for the Chiefs to score a touchdown. Who would have thought that the Chiefs would have only scored 9 points? That's insane. That's a bet that probably nobody made, right?
No. I thought it was going to be low, but I didn't think 9 points. That's for sure.
What's up, April Mace? She was with us all weekend out there in Las Vegas. Antoine, how are you? Thanks for joining us. We've survived. I feel like my voice sounds a little tired just right now, but we've survived the weekend. Lots of talking, lots of shows, lots of drinks, lots of partying, lots of hugs. I didn't get COVID so far with all the hugs I got, so
knock,
hopefully knock, knock. Where the haters at? In case you missed that we had several shows out in Vegas while we were there. So if you missed any of those, make sure to circle back, check those out. And if you can't watch them all, let them run for us. We need the ratings. You know, we're trying to get our ratings up. So we had the show with Dirty Jers on Friday night. She gave us the tour of Vegas.
That was everything.
That was everything. I survived the dirty. And I didn't even eat Pedialyte to do it, which was surprising to me. So you know what? I'm feeling pretty good about that. And then we also, of course, had our live show on Saturday at the stadium with the performance from Lonnie Cash. We had TNBC, The Black Hole, out there as well. Raider Wednesday, Dirty Jers, they were all out there. And then, of course, we had the Homies show at Tommy Rockers on Sunday. And we have a special announcement that's going to come out. Droopy and I were chatting today. We have a special announcement about what we are planning on doing with the Homies, because everybody seemed to love that segment. I mean, how can you not?
That was really fun.
Right?
That was really fun.
Really fun. So we have a special announcement about that. And what else? What is up to... Hey, oh, Hefe's here. Hefe, you came into the Raiders show after the Super Bowl loss. Woo! I think you're a closet fan, or you just like to get made fun of. I'm not sure. One of the two.
Good sport either way.
He's a good sport either way. Thank you for being here. Jared, what's up? Nice to see you. Sorry we couldn't take your calls out in Vegas. Live shows are a beast, and taking calls is just usually not in the cards for us. But I also want to just really quickly, I want to thank everybody for everything this weekend. Literally, it felt like, I shouldn't say literally, but it the red carpet was basically rolled out for us. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who was part of our shows and all of this stuff. It was my birthday weekend, so thank you everybody who wished me happy birthday, who bought me a shot, who bought me an appetizer, who gave me a hug, who gave me a high five, whatever the case. And people were just like literally giving me stuff, like handing me stuff. So thank you all. I think I'll share some of my favorites with you here. First of all, I want to thank Dirty Jers for taking us on the tour, and the John at Stage Door Casino. He hooked us up with this bottle. I wish I still had the bottle. It was this beautiful bottle of champagne.
We kept the cork.
Okay, we kept the cork. Cool. I think Dirty Jers has the bottle. It would have been cool, but it was this beautiful bottle of champagne. I think he said on our show it was like a $400 bottle of champagne or something like that. So thank you for that. And I also want to shout out Virgil's for hooking us up. That's Dirty Jersey's, where she holds her watch parties right now for both away and home games, but that might change once the season starts. And of course, Donna and Tommy at Tommy Rockers, they always take care of us. So thank you so much to all of those places. And I just want to show some of my sweet swag I got. I got this bad boy from Jack's here. Check this out. Now, you want this. In fact, I'm told you can't even purchase this. This is like they sell raffle tickets and you have to win to get this. So thank you, Jax, for that.
Jax, I don't think she took that off for 24 to 48 hours.
No. I was going to actually wear it now, but then I realized you couldn't see it. So I thought it'd be better to hold it up. But no, I will be wearing that all of the time. Like all the time. And then I got this sweet patch from Miss Donna Rocker. Bam. Hey, Hefe, can you count how many Super Bowls are on here? We got 1, 2, 3. I know the Chiefs can't, they can't really count that high. So, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Wait. Well, he is put up a big bling ring. He is definitely crossing to the dark
he's
side.
He's delusional. Of course, I got a whole bunch of patches. I only have a few handy right now. We got, people gave me some patches too. I got the Dirty Jers patch. Oh, backwards. I got the KOS patch. That one I think is not handy at the moment. And then I got this sweet. You want to check this out? This might be
borrowed by me once or twice.
No, you can never wear this. This is for me.
Shh, I want to take it. Wait.
Ow. I want to thank my friend Robert Vega for giving me this sweet jacket. He knows I rep Oakland hard, and I can't find any Oakland gear anymore, and I'm not going to wear that LV stuff. So thank you for that. And, just all kinds of random stuff. So thank you so much. All right. We are going to shout out one other person. Here's just a little snippet here. This might be the most important shout out of them all.
We just want to congratulate our legends, our greats, Tom Flores, Charles Woodson, and our main man, the Violator. You know what I mean? Congratulations to you, homies, dog.
Going to the hall, baby. Going to the hall.
Let's give them a loud and proud. Raiders on 3. 1, 2, 3. Raiders!
And we're going to drink with a homie haterade. Yeah. So shout out to all of them. I'll say finally to really all three of them, but Tom Flores in particular, the Violator. I think there's no other fan that's more deserving, not only in Raider Nation, but all of football. So congratulations to him. And we all love us some Seawood. So all very deserving. Yeah. What Tom Flores, he broke not only so many barriers, the first to do so many things. I think he said one of only two people to ever win as an assistant coach, a head coach, and a player. I think that's pretty impressive, besides all the barriers he made, just being, the first Latino quarterback and coach and all of these different things. So congratulations to him, Seawood, and our boy, the Violator.
To have them all at the same time. Oh,
right?
That's so Oakland.
That's pretty dope. Actually, I hope they go in as Oakland Raiders. I mean, none of them ever played for Vegas. I'm just saying. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I love that.
And I also got Jefe. I got something for you, buddy. I'll send this to you. I got this shirt here.
Yeah, Jefe. Got it up there?
Yep. You want this? I'll send it to you, buddy, as a sweet souvenir, a reminder that you did not win, and you are not a dynasty, and Mahomes is not the next GOAT. But Thor and I will be talking in depth about that later. Like I said, I almost missed my flight. We were literally running through the airport. In fact, myself, Sarah, and Mother Moon split up. Sarah went to check in, save it to seat. Mother Moon went to baggage to check all of our luggage in, and I went through TSA pre-check with all of our carry-on. So really had to divide and conquer.
Oh my God, that was crazy. I even got through every time I go through the checkout, I have to get pulled over and they check me and from head to toe. I'm like, okay, just do it. Do what you have to do. Pat me wherever you go. Just send me on. I ran after that with my shoes off to just get to work.
Yeah. So I still have found the time though to troll every Chiefs fan I saw, everybody who was repping Chiefs gear, which the Kingdom wasn't really repping, but I saw one or two, 3 or 4. So I offered this shirt to all of them. No takers.
No, not even here. Jefe says, I'm good, boo.
Yeah, see, he doesn't even want it. See, he doesn't want it. Did I say want it? Is that want it? He doesn't even want this. April, I lost mine in the trunk. I think this is yours, actually, but you don't want it because I couldn't even give this away. And you're a Raiders fan, so you don't want it. But if you really want it, I guess I'll give it to you. But I don't ever want to see you wearing it around me. Just kidding. And also, one last thing. Of course, we finally got our hands on the edition of the Raider Nation magazine. So if you haven't received that, reach out to the Raider Mob Boss. He will get you hooked up. I think we're in here somewhere, aren't we?
I think we are.
Oh, here we go. We go. Yep. Myself and Mother Moon representing for life, our Raider story. So check that out. I love how we're with Ty, by the way. Our boy Ty.
I know.
So I'm sure that was just a coincidence, but I love
that. Was meant to be.
It was meant to be. So thank you for this as well. And what else, Mother Moon? You have anything? April says, yeah, haha, yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want it, I guess you can have it. And hold on, Did I even show my? Well, I already said like the chain was my favorite gift, but I got 2 favorite gifts. Have you all got your little paws on this here? This is the Raider Bandero tequila. It's delicious. It's like real. I think this is real leather. Anyway, this one's from my friend Josie and Raul, the Commish Bar and Grill. So thank you so much for that and all of my other amazing gifts. I'm going to Vegas every single year for my birthday weekend because people were literally just handing me stuff.
They were so kind. I know. Everybody was just so sweet.
Yes. Like not even planned gift. Like, oh, do you like this? You can have it. Oh, no, that's okay. No, some of it was planned, like this shot of tequila here. Should we taste it, Moon? Would you like to? Would you like some?
I do. Let me get.
Right,
I was gonna say let me get a couple of shot glasses, but
no, I'm prepared.
I
am prepared here.
Okay, give me some.
Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna have Thor on a little bit later. But Thor, you want to come in for a minute and take a shot with us? He stay ready. He stay ready. Boom. What's up, Thor?
I got a little beer from my revision spot right here, man. This is some pandemic blues, baby.
Pandemic blues.
Man.
Well, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. I don't know. You ran away, so I got to think. There we go. Woo.
And again, if you don't drink,
Oh, what's the drinking word?
well, I'm just saying that's why every time you
If
drink.
you don't drink, then don't drink.
If you don't drink,
Okay.
you toke, and if you don't toke, you fork.
Look,
Yeah,
she
that's
hasn't
it.
even had a sip, and she already lost. All right, Thor. Well, we'll check back in with you later. I know
Yes,
you're gonna be here. I know. I'll just watch you backstage drinking.
yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm chilling.
Yep. All right, everyone. We are going to bring in our friend Nevada Nick, and we're going to talk about how I won my bet again. No, he has more important things to talk about. Nevada Nick, what's up, my friend?
What's going on, Angela?
I'm good. I am chilling. Back from Vegas, still kind of functional. Voice is a little tired, but I'm good. How are you? Did you enjoy that game?
Yeah, because I had the Bucks. So I mean, I know a lot of Raiders fans had a bit of a conundrum with the two teams playing, but I'm not a Brady hater, so I don't go against the GOAT. So yeah, I was happy because I had the Bucks, obviously.
There you go. I did as well, thanks to you. I didn't bet nearly as much money as you did, but I did win enough to pay for my hotel room.
And I want enough to pay for parking.
Boom. Bam. Look at that.
You can't beat it.
Can't beat it. And honestly, everyone was so generous over the weekend. I don't think I had to pay for anything else. So I came away like.
Well, Angela, I give you credit because you went money line. I actually took the points just in case, because obviously the game earlier in the year was a field goal. So I figured, you know what, I'll take the field goal still. And, obviously you got a little bit more money. So maybe you're a little bit smarter than I am.
No. Well, the thing is, I don't gamble as much as you. So
Right.
I play the more of a risky bet because if I lose, I'll lose less.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's my strategy. Now, but I will say you're starting to get me a little confident because I'm undefeated this year in Vegas. So next time, I hope I don't put up more than I think I should and start, thinking I know more than I do.
Yeah, sometimes that's what happens. You get arrogant and you think you're smarter than Vegas, and then you bet all the money, and then that's when you lose. So
yeah.
But at the same time, too, one of my strategies in gambling always, you don't want to bet. You don't bet with your heart. You don't bet to bet. And like some people just like action, so you want to bet. But like with me, what I like to try to do, when I really like something, I'm on the right side a lot. So when I really like something, I go for it, and I put more money up. I don't just, like I said, I don't try to just bet to bet and do those types of things. I try to bet when I like something and then put bigger money up.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I just listen to what you say. And then maybe on a little riskier end, but mostly what you say. And I will say, so not only did I win, Mother Moon, my cousin April, and my friend Sarah all won, and they literally all said, "Here's my money. Go do what Nevada Nick said to do."
That's right. That's exactly it.
And we all came out winners. So there you have it.
Well, thank God I picked the Bucks, because if I had you guys bet the Chiefs and then you lost two on top of it, it wouldn't have been good.
Oh, yeah, right? That would have been a double loss. Woo,
No, I mean,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, do we want to start talking about the game, or is that where you're going?
No, that works. Well, yeah, essentially I was, because I think for Raiders fans, that Chiefs loss, I think, is good. Everybody was talking about the dynasty, which obviously the Chiefs have only won one Super Bowl. It's the one thing I don't get. Like, don't anoint them a dynasty. A dynasty isn't two Super Bowls, it's three. So, if they would have won this year back-to-back, I get it. Then you start to talk if they can do it again. But I really think it's going to be tough for the Chiefs to get back next year to the Super Bowl. I mean, 3 straight Super Bowls is a tall task. And then in 2 years, Mahomes' contract it starts, and that's 10 years, $500 million. It's really going to hurt the rest of that roster. So I do think it's good for the Raiders, and credit to the Raiders because they were one of the teams that kind of showed the game plan on how you beat the Chiefs. Before the Super Bowl, the biggest win against Patrick Mahomes was the Raiders in his 3 years of starting. Was that 8-point win this year? That was the biggest win against Mahomes. This is the first time he's ever lost in the Super Bowl game. It was the first time he ever lost by more than one score. So, and the Raiders did it by winning time of possession, running the ball, having the long drives, and I think it's going to give especially defenses a little playbook on how you beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's hope. I mean, the Chiefs. Okay, I have to first off, I say I successfully went the entire Super Bowl without seeing one play because there was a lot going on. But I did watch it when I got back and fast forward last night. And I will say, I think that Mahomes scored a record for yards run the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Well, Angela, direction of the goal.
They measured it. He ran for over 500 yards.
Backwards.
Is that right?
It basically running around. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I was just trying to make a joke.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, the streaker got closer to the end zone than Mahomes did.
Yeah, he did.
I missed that part.
You have to go watch it. This guy was wearing like a pink Borat
onesie
thingy. I wouldn't even call that a onesie. That was like a pink Borat G-string.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, he was just being chased all around that field. He was running for his life. There was one play where I think he ran backwards almost 30 yards or something.
What? I missed that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. And look, pressure is any quarterback's kryptonite. I don't care if it's Tom Brady, who it is. When you're getting pressure, it affects your play, and Mahomes never got comfortable. And that's the thing about football. People don't look at the offensive line. It's all about, well, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, all the stars, and you don't think about the offensive line. And there's nothing more important than the offensive line. There isn't. And they were missing their two tackles. And I said it I know on your show last time, I said it on the show with Coach that I really thought them missing their two tackles was going to have a big effect, and it did. The Bucs didn't really send much pressure. They got the pressure with the front four, and Mahomes, like I said, he wasn't comfortable all game, and it really affected him. I mean, like I said, I couldn't believe that they only scored 9 points and didn't get a touchdown. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that I don't think anyone made that bet. Did you see that coming?
No, that was 35-1. So if you bet $10 on that, you would have won $350. Yeah, so wow. That was for them not to score a touchdown. I mean, that has never happened in Patrick Mahomes' career throughout high school. So I mean, what a surprise! And look, it shows you about that Bucs defense, and that defense is very young. So if you talk about their linebackers and their secondary, all of them are 25 or under, basically.
Oh my gosh, can I get some of those players on the Raiders? Like. That was insane. Those guys were tall and aggressive and hungry and didn't give up. I would like Pierre Paul. That fool is white. Like, that's insane. I have to I've said this before. Like, you guys watch a lot more football than I do. I watch really just the Raiders. So when I watch other teams that are doing something like that, I'm so impressed by their caliber of play because, quite honestly, I'm not used to watching that.
Yeah, and Devin White, 22 years old, 140 tackles, 9 sacks. I mean, he's going to be a stud. I mean, he already is a stud. He's already an all-pro player, but at 22 years old. And that defense, they're a little older on the line. And Ndamukong Suh is 34. JPP, I think, is 32. So they'll have to move some of those guys and bring guys in. But, like Shaquille Barrett, he's 27. He had 19 and a half sacks last year. They just have talent throughout the whole team. And, they're coming back next year. Brady's already said he's coming back and trying to
Gronk too, right? Gronk's coming back?
I don't know about that. I didn't hear that.
I thought I heard him say there's no reason why I shouldn't. That's what I
he had a lot of fun this year too. He talked about how being away from the Patriots and being able to be himself, he really enjoyed it. So I would think he would be back. And if you look at it too, all the guys that scored the touchdowns for the Bucs, 2 were scored by Gronk, 1 was scored by a receiver who will remain nameless.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for that.
And then The other one was by Leonard Fournette, and all of those guys were on the Bucs last year, and all came to the Bucs because Tom Brady did. So, it shows you the effect Tom Brady had, and just, his leadership, and that's what you want in a quarterback. It's not always about, look, Aaron Rodgers, probably the most physically talented quarterback in football, but I don't think he's a great leader. So give me a better leader every time. I think you kind of saw it with my Eagles. I think Wentz is a better quarterback than Foles every day of the week, but I think Foles was more of a leader, and players play harder for him and play better for him. And, like I said, when you're a better leader, guys will follow you.
Yeah, I think I remember Gronk is quoting as saying, I'll never, when he was like, I'm never catching passes from anyone except Tom Brady. Which actually, yeah, good plan, good winning plan, I guess, supposedly, right?
Yeah.
So, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was trying to do two things. My bad. Do you want to talk? Are we done with the Super Bowl kind of wrap up? Do we want to move on to some Raiders?
Yeah, I'm sure Raider fans are done with the Super Bowl. Let's put that in the We'll throw that away and move on to next year.
Let's talk about some Raiders rumors. You heard a good one that you want to tell everybody. I kind of had heard it, but I honestly thought it was just lies, quite frankly.
Okay, you talking about Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was I heard about that today, that supposedly Raiders were one of the teams that reached out for Russell Wilson. And look, I don't think Russell Wilson's going anywhere. I think this is more of an angle for him. He basically said today he wanted to be in on personnel decisions. That he's upset about, that line has not been good for him. He hasn't really been protected. And we just talked about, a quarterback being protected a little bit earlier. So I think this is more of him posturing. But still, to me, it is interesting that the Raiders are calling around about quarterbacks. They're supposedly in on Watson. They're in on Wilson. And I had heard over the weekend that they said, and look, I agree with it if it's his thinking, that John Gruden is looking at this division and saying, we have to go against Mahomes and we have to go against Herbert. And look, those guys are great. And look, I'm not trying to, kill Derek Carr, but he's good and they're great. And you look at these big games in the Super Bowls. Look at the four quarterbacks that were left this year: Brady, Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, and it's pretty much every year. You need to have top tier quarterbacking or just a great team. Like when the Eagles won, they just had a great team, very deep. And look, Nick Foles, I know he's a backup quarterback, but he had an awesome playoffs. He played played to a real high level. So, yeah, I mean, you need one of those two things, and I think it would be best for the Raiders to kind of see what's out there. And I know you said, and I agree with you and Mother Moon 100%. If you can't find somebody to replace them, I don't want a draft pick if I'm a Raiders fan.
Right.
But if you can get a Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson, I would not have a problem with that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't want to start over. I don't want to go to the draft or anything like that. But an automatic make the team better. I think Watson does that. I think, Russell thing is new, as I've heard today, but he obviously would do that. But I also think it's interesting that, they're definitely shopping a quarterback. And of course, Mariota is not going to be a swap for Wilson, but perhaps the Raiders are just trying to shop him as a backup. But I think Mariota really wants to go somewhere and dominate. I mean, he kind of got kicked out of his team, if you will.
Right.
So I think he wants to make a comeback. I think he wants to succeed somewhere, and I actually think he can succeed somewhere. So maybe that's what all the conversations are about with the quarterback situation. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's for quarterbacks, it's all about getting into the right situation. Yeah, and I just think the Raiders are basically doing their due diligence, and I understand it. I really do.
Yeah, and I think a couple interesting points I'll just bring up about players. We all have our favorite players.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Raiders, especially, or in football in general, with the Raiders, I mean, players get traded all the time. Some people are upset about it. Some people aren't. I know there's some people that are still upset about the Mac trade. I'm still upset about the Oakland to Las Vegas trade. But you know what I mean? I mean, there's different circumstances. And at the end of the day, I mean, I think we would all agree as Raider fans as the Raiders need to do what's best for the team. If they think, trading Mac was best for the team, if they thought moving to Las Vegas was best for the team, why not think that trading Carr could be best for the team?
Right. And, people, when they were talking about Watson, were like, oh, they're going to give 3 first-round picks. I don't think that's the case. Basically, I think they're seeing what could we get for Derek Carr. And look, Stafford just got 2 firsts and a 1. And for Stafford, and I know, look, part of it was taken on Goff's contract. But let's say for Carr, you can get a first and a third. Well, then maybe they say, well, look, we'll give up one of our firsts, the first we got for trading Derek Carr, and the third, and see what we can get. And like I said, you got to do your due diligence. I know Gruden's not going to bring I don't think he's going to bring a rookie in, and he's not going to obviously make a change unless it's somebody he feels is going to be an improvement at quarterback. So I wouldn't worry about it if I were Raiders fans. The one thing I do like, what we talked about, obviously off air, Angela, was Richard Sherman. I think that's very interesting for that defense because you're talking about a guy that's a leader that has played in Gus Bradley's defense in Seattle. So he could come there. I think he would be, obviously the defense struggled. You plug him in that secondary. He can help those young guys like Trayvon Mullins and maybe help coach them up and mentor them. I would really be interested in him. And look, he came out and said and named the Raiders as one of the teams, which that's not a lot of guys in the last few years have been coming and say, hey, I want to go play for the Raiders. And you got a guy saying he would like to play for the Raiders. And it's something I really think they should consider because I think it's a great fit.
I think it's something that they should only not consider, but they should do.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, I think it's the most realistic. Like we're sitting here talking about quarterback trades, which is probably less likely. Like this Sherman deal, I think can actually go through. And everyone is talking about, of course, how the defense needs to improve. And I think everyone, fan base, coaching staff, universal, can agree on that. So I think that's most likely to happen more than anything. But I mean, that's one player, and I think that's not really going to change where the Raiders fall in terms of the division. I think they really have to make a lot more moves than that. Would you agree with that?
No, 100%. I mean, that's just one domino. But I think if you get Richard Sherman, and then let's say you get like a Gregory Rousseau with your first round pick, the edge rusher from Miami, that's 2 nice pieces. And like I said, if some of these young guys can improve, Gus Bradley has a better scheme. And then obviously, you're going to need to get a few free agents. But look, the Bucs were 7-9 last year. They won the Super Bowl. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they were 7-9 the year before. Now, I'm not saying the Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl, but I really think this is a team with a good offseason that could, be a team that can contend in the playoffs next year, whether it be for the, the divisional round or the AFC Championship. I really think that's possible if they have a good offseason.
We think that every year.
No.
We're new to all this, Nick. No, come on. We think that every year. 2 years ago, I thought they were going to win the Super Bowl. What was it, the 2017 year after they made the playoffs? Like, oh, we only lost to Derek Carr with cert. Next year, we're winning the Super Bowl. Losing season.
Well, but if you look at it, you have a top 10 offense. So if you could get that defense to be, doesn't have to be top 10, but if they can be top 15 and really improve, or even be a bend but don't break type defense where you give up the yards, but you're really good in the red zone and hold them to field goals instead of giving up touchdowns. I mean, last year they were just a disaster. So, I mean, they got nowhere to go. I mean, I hate to be, mean, but it's just the truth. I mean, they got nowhere to go but up.
Yeah. Well, this is true. It's been that way for quite some time. But we'll see what happens in the offseason. I think you have some cool, interesting picks already for next season. By the way, I'm new to this quote-unquote gambling thing, so when I say quote-unquote gambling thing, it's the gambling
definitely
thing.
It's for real.
The gambling thing is new to me, so I have no idea they even put out. I don't even. How do you even say it?
Oh, so the next day, so right after the Super Bowl, the next morning, there will be what they call odds to win the next Super Bowl. Okay. And it happens in all sports. Like, for instance, I bet the Mets to win the World Series because I knew they got the new owner and he was going to come in and spend money. Now, I was really hoping they were going to get Trevor Bauer. He went to the Dodgers, unfortunately. But it's like with something like that, it's where I see value. Like the Bucks, if you'd have bet the Bucks starting last year, they were 50-1. I mean, because they obviously didn't know Brady was going to go with the Bucks. They were coming off a 7-9 year. If you would have bet the Bucks last year at this time, they were 50-1. So, yeah, but no, they released the odds, and obviously the Chiefs are the favorite again. And I said earlier, I think it's going to be tough for them to get back to the Super Bowl. The Bucks are second at 9-1. Chiefs are 5.5-1. And then you have the Packers are third, Ravens fourth, Bills fifth, and then Rams and Niners to close it out. Raiders
the
are
49ers are at 10. What did I miss?
well, the Niners they're looking at because all the injuries this year.
Okay.
But what's tough with the top part, there's so much uncertainty going into the offseason this year with quarterbacks. It's tough to take one of those teams. The teams I'm looking at are more of the long shots. The two teams I'm thinking about betting are the Miami Dolphins at 28-1. I really like them. Look, I think there's a chance maybe they pull off the Watson trade, and getting somebody like him I think would make them a Super Bowl contender. And then the other team is the Indianapolis Colts at 25-1 because I think they have a really good team. They just are a quarterback away. I never liked Rivers. I thought he would end up costing them. I said it all year, and he did. He had a good year, but he was beating up on bad teams. I knew once they got to the playoffs and you got to win 2 or 3 straight games against really good teams, it wasn't going to happen.
I kind of thought the coaching and the play calling cost the Colts the season this year.
100%.
They were trying to chase points too early. I thought. I don't know if I'd blame that on Rivers.
No, but you're 100% right. The fourth and 4
Gooper pile fan or anything.
Right, but no, you're right. Going for it on 4th and 4, I couldn't believe it. And I said to my brother, I said, "Man, you kicked that field goal," and they end up losing by a field goal. So,
right.
And then I think there was a couple 2-point conversions that were questionable. So look, right there is 4 points, and you win the game. So no, you're right about that 100%.
So where do the Raiders fall in this odds game here of the Super Bowl?
Raiders are like are they the bottom 10? They're around 20. The Raiders are 40-1.
Okay.
So
I say wish, or maybe it's better that I didn't know that, because maybe I would have just. We said the day after, right? So I was in Vegas. Maybe I would have just taken my winnings and bet on them right away. And then you say it's a big payout.
She's getting hooked.
Yeah, I know, right? For sure.
Hold on to your money.
Yeah. For sure. I know. I have to be careful though, because when I get into something, it's like
all or nothing.
It's 100%. It's all or nothing, and it's almost addictive personality status.
Well, look at you. You're 5-0 so far, if I'm correct, because you won the 2 before, right? And then you won 3 on Sunday.
Yep. And then actually we did. No, I'm 3-0. I'm 3-0.
No, but did you remember the 2 bets you won when you went down before, that Lakers bet and something else?
Yeah, Raiders.
Yeah, right. And then didn't you bet Sunday? You bet 3 games, I thought. No, you bet just 1?
No. I just bet just 1 game, but like I was telling you earlier, my cousin, Mother Moon, and my friend said, take my money and bet what Nevada Nick told you to bet.
Gotcha. So you were including everybody. I thought you were talking about yourself. I was like, wow, you were 3-0. Okay. But still, 3-0 is good. That's 100%. So that's better than I'm picking.
Yeah. But you, like I said, you have a more of a risk. So there's that. If I was betting like the thousands of dollars you're betting, I would be very conservative.
And trust me, it's not easy. And the playoffs this year, I mean, obviously the Bucs game, like I never was comfortable because it's the Chiefs and you're always waiting for them to make a run. But man, some of the games early in the playoffs, man, I had to sweat it. I had, the Bills versus the Ravens. I had the Bills versus the Colts. And then my biggest bet of the playoffs was the Bucs game, obviously, in the Super Bowl. But then I also bet the Chiefs and Packers in the second round, really big in a tease. And the Packers covered, and then I'm thinking the Chiefs started great and everything was looking good, and then Mahomes gets hurt with the concussion. And that's the thing about gambling. You never know what's going to happen. And boy, did I have to sweat that out because I thought I was, I was in real trouble. I thought the Browns were going to come back and win.
Yeah, I know. You had big money on that. I was rooting for you. Well, are those all of the odds? I guess this is the new lingo to me. Are those all of the odds that you had for us?
Yeah, that's all. Like I said, and they'll come out with some more stuff once you get a little bit more into the off season and see what happens. They'll come out with odds to win the AFC West and things of that nature. But yeah, right now it's pretty much to win the Super Bowl. But once they know the offseason, they come out with wins. How many, they'll put how many wins which it's good to see where Vegas thinks, because I'm telling you, a lot of times Vegas is pretty good and knows what they're talking about. So
it's crazy, Nevada Nick. I feel like if you're a sports fan and you do not want a spoiler alert, don't look at Vegas's numbers, because you won't even have to watch the game. I feel like you already know who's going to win just by who they tell you who's going to win most of the time. Like, how do they know? It's insane.
Yeah, no, it's the truth. It's pretty crazy. And look, you see it all the time where, like, when you hear me say buy the hook because of the line's 3, there's so many times people think, oh, well, it's 3 points, but you know how many times I've seen it and it lays on the 3, and then if you'd have bought the extra half a point, instead of having a push, you'd have a win. So they're good at what they do, and there's reason that city's got all those lights and all the big buildings, because they're making a lot of money.
It's true. That's okay. I'm going to put you on the spot here, and I don't think you know this. I don't even know if she started yet, but Serena Williams is in the Australian Open. She might be playing right now or very soon. Do you know what her odds are to win this year's Australian Open?
Do you really want to know? Wait.
No, I want to know the odds, not the score of the match.
Right, okay.
The odds of her winning.
And if anybody saw that match,
do not tell me.
Do not even pretend.
Okay, I don't even like you saying that much. I don't even honestly, that gets me nervous. I feel like she might have lost.
Go ahead. Is it Chris?
Oh, what's wrong with you? Damn, she putting you on blast. Jesus, give her one shot of tequila, and she gave out your social security number, your address.
Oh, Lord.
Nevada Nick, what are the odds of Serena Williams? Do you know?
I do not know them offhand, but I am looking them up. So if you give me like a minute, I will know. What's the first round? Did it just start?
He's in the second round now.
Round. Okay, let's see.
Oh God! And if something already happened, then I don't know. Then just make up a number. Actually, I don't want to know. Then
that's what I was trying to say.
Now I'm worried.
Let's see here.
Oh my.
Okay,
goodness.
She is +9, so 9-1. So if you bet $10, you would win $90 on Serena.
So is that so she's not favored?
No.
But that doesn't sound like that big of a payout then, if she's not favored.
Well, I mean, 9-1 is a pretty good payout. Yeah, I mean that's yeah. I mean, like I said, if you bet $100, you would get 1,000 back. Your 100 and then another 900. Yeah, I see. So she's 9-1. I mean, that's a good payout. And isn't she going for break the
24th, baby?
Does she already have the record for Grand Slams?
She does in the Open era. There's like a little caveat to the record, which is why she needs to get one more so people don't quote unquote question it.
What's the Open era?
The Open era is she passed it, right? Because she passed Steffi Graf, and now she's going for Margaret Court, or she's tied with Steffi Graf.
She's
going
tied
for Margaret Court.
Correct.
Something like that. Sorry, my brain is fried right now. I feel like I should know this. I know it in my sleep. I've been talking about it since April. April. I said April. Since January of 2017. See, I can't.
And I still have a documentary I need to watch. It's about the whole U.S. Open thing with the ref and her.
Oh, that's great. After you watch that, I would like to have an in-depth conversation about that. Watch it. Let me know.
Yeah,
I have a lot to say to that.
Yeah, because it looked incredibly interesting. I think it was called Backstory or something. But
and there were a lot of points they didn't bring up. It felt like it was pretty, like most things are pretty one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, you think she gets her another Grand Slam?
Hell yeah,
yes,
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
No, but how long has it been? It's been a few years, right?
Okay, yeah. Well, like I just said, it was January of 2017.
Oh,
however, but there's an asterisk, or not a caveat to that, if you will, because they took off a year because of COVID, and she personally took off a year and a half because she had a baby.
So she doesn't have a Grand Slam after the baby, correct?
Correct. She has singles titles, but not that. So it's been 2.5. So if you minus 2.5 years, it's really been a year and a half since she's won. If you go with the COVID and the baby thing, so basically she hasn't played. She hasn't played a lot in the past 4 years. So it's not like she went 4 years and didn't win. she wasn't playing. You can't win if you don't play.
Right. Oh, I agree with you. I think she'll win it too. I
she
mean,
took a little extra time off after the baby because it was.
She literally almost died.
Yeah,
there's a good documentary on
you
that
gotta
too.
watch that.
But I way digress. We're 5 minutes
I know.
over now.
Okay.
And I can talk about-
that's my fault.
No, it's my fault. I brought her up. I can talk about Serena all night long. All right, Nevada Nick. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving us the knowledge to win money in Vegas.
Yes.
And you know, he's a almost like an honorary Raiders fan at this point.
Yeah. No, I am. Trust me. And Mother Moon, thanks for putting me on blast too. I appreciate
nobody
that.
knew until nobody knew anything.
Look,
y'all called yourself out.
She can't be trusted. I will never tell her anything ever again.
Oh, no, I don't care. I don't care.
Nick.
No, well, really quickly, you know why it happened was, you know what happened? Somebody asked me Hollywood's name, and I said Hollywood's name was your name. I said, but it's not. And I go, oh no, that's Nevada Nick. And then I said Hollywood's real name. So then that's how Mother Moon found out, and now she's putting you on blast.
I don't know half the people's names on here. We go by.
It's all good. Trust me. Everybody knows anyway.
Right. All right, Nevada Nick. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you too. All right. What's up, my friend? What's up? We got Mighty Thor.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Red Nation out there, man? Good to see y'all. Let's talk about the Super Bowl, Angela.
Do it. You go for it, my friend. I went on some of your time, so you go.
Okay, it's all good. I ain't tripping. Just listening to Nevada Nick. Good job, y'all. We all made money. Me and Q laid out for everyone what to bet. Tampa Bay money line under. We parlayed it. I talked to Nevada Nick before. I like his insight. I think he's a great dude. It's really, really insightful thoughts. Anyone who puts out their picks, you've been running good with Nevada Nick's picks, so that's good for you. Most gamblers, though, all you really want to do is be about 60, 65%. That means you're doing great. Okay. So, but we bet a little different. Me and Q are the kind of bettors who try to bet smaller money to win bigger money. So we were going money line and parlaying it to the under, and pays out a little more. It's things, you don't get into it, Angela, because I already can see you're starting to get the itch a little bit.
I know, right? I know.
I just listening to y'all. I don't want to get off topic. The Serena Williams is a bad bet. If she's a 10 seed and you're only getting 9-1, you were like, she's not the favorite. You don't want to bet. If you bet favorites, that means you got to win a lot more money to win a little bit. You rather have as a 10 seed, she should be more like 15 to 20-1. Then it'd be a better bet.
Honestly, I don't care if she's world number 1 or world number 100. I'm betting Serena Williams all day, every day, just like you betting Raiders.
I know. I'm just saying, probably don't bet it. Just root for her, because that's what I try to do. That's what I try to do with the Raiders. Fair enough. That's what I tried to do with the Raiders. I don't always listen to my own advice, because like he was talking about, I always end up putting some kind of money on the Raiders to win the Super Bowl or what. Just because if it ever happens and I don't have money on it, I'm gonna be mad. But whatever. The Super Bowl to me was great because I hate Casey. I really hate Casey. A lot of us hate Tom Brady too. We all hate Tom Brady. If you're a Raider fan, you need to hate Tom Brady. I don't care.
That's part of the jumping in process.
Yes, you have to hate Tom Brady. But you know what? We hate Kansas City more. So I needed KC, especially for us, because you're from the Bay like me. Last year was so extra difficult for us because we did sometimes find ourselves rooting for KC just because we were around a bunch of Niners fans.
Honestly, I do felt last year's Super Bowl was worse than this year because I don't want to hear any lip service for some fair weather 40 and Winers fans.
Exactly. So this year I definitely can't have no kind of love for Casey. The fact that they went out there, didn't score a touchdown, makes me smile from ear to ear. I'm like, oh hell yeah. We talked about it. Me and Q really talked about it in depth. We got into it with the tackles being out, whether they would be able to get pressure, and if you get pressure, you have to get there. Obviously, Fraggle Rock is a little bit slippery and he might sneak away once in a while, but more times than not, get there and hit him. You know what? They were taking maybe a little extra hits. Oh well, do it. I mean, you know, I ain't trying to tell you to snap his neck or nothing, but it looked like they
almost got his neck snapped.
it looked like they might have been almost
did, yeah.
almost right. But you know, he definitely wasn't 100%. There was another thing I remember Q bringing up about the coach's son who got into an accident 2 days ago.
That's bad news.
Right. I heard they let him go today. Good. I mean, but regardless.
Let him go mean fires him, not like let him go from jail.
Yeah, like fired him. Yeah, the team let him go. Yeah, the team let him go. Good. But that's like Q was saying, like, we know as Raider fans.
Let's just Thor really quickly for those that don't know.
I don't know.
So Andy Reid's son, the coach of the Chiefs, he's the coach. He's the what is he? The linebackers coach or something?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah. Assistant coach for the Chiefs, like 2 days before the Super Bowl, he went out drinking and driving, hit a car, and I think at least one 5-year-old's in critical condition, and potentially another one. I don't remember. So he was not able to coach in the Super Bowl, which I agree with. I think the NFL is often too lenient with lawbreakers, and we can have a whole show on that. But they forgive too much, so I'm glad they didn't let him coach. I don't know if they didn't let him or what maybe the organization didn't. But anyway, so today he's got fired. It sounds like so.
Yeah,
go ahead. I just wanted to give a little context.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't know.
Right, but again, you don't want any kind of like nonsense with your team happening like that. Right. We were talking about Tampa Bay being at home. We've always said back on the betting thing, the very best bet in sports, period, is a home dog prime time. What's the most ultimate prime time game possible? The Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
If you get to play at home, you get to play at home. I mean, imagine you're just chilling. They didn't have to go anywhere. Usually, most teams are out there all week, right?
2 weeks. Is it all week or 2 weeks? Just the entire
2
week
weeks before, but usually a team is out there for at least like a week, right? So they get acclimated. To me, I saw Kelsey drop a couple, like 2 balls. And if you saw Kelsey's face, he looked pale, he looked hot, he looked like he was sick. And I'm not saying like
dazed or something a couple times.
I'm saying he just wasn't ready, like the change in temperature, the change in time, everything just had him maybe not feeling right. Other players, the linemen, especially the bigger dudes, you know, it takes a minute for your body to get acclimated. Maybe they weren't it, and so it gave Tampa Bay that extra advantage that we were talking about that was going to push them over. So to us, after we really thought about it, the smart bet was on Tampa Bay. I mean, you know, and again, sometimes the smart bets don't work out. They did for us. Kansas City lost. They still have 2 Super Bowls. We have 3. So they ain't caught us. They're nowhere near a dynasty. Come on, man. I don't want to hear about that. I mean, thank you. Throw it up there. Because and who knows? We've seen a lot of really good teams in all sports will get really hot and people are like, this is the next coming dynasty. This is the one. They're going to be there forever. And boom, they don't win something and something happens. And then next thing you know, or what if they end up being the Buffalo Bills? We all know the Buffalo Bills. I wouldn't even be mad at that. Like, just keep going and losing. I don't want y'all to keep going.
Well, it was too premature for people to start talking about the Chiefs being a dynasty and this quote unquote baby goat thing. Like, a lot of people have won 1 Super Bowl. A lot of players probably we have never even heard of. Not you and I, but like just people in general, right? A bunch of people won Super Bowls that nobody's ever heard of. Like, you can't start calling teams dynasties because you think they can do something. Like, you don't become the greatest because you think you can do something. You know what I mean? Like, they have to do it. Like, the fact that they're even talking about it, which is kind of part of the reason, like, I wanted the Chiefs to lose, even though we hate both teams, is because that needed to bring down their confidence immediately. They were getting too cocky. They needed little humility. Like, you can't already, you know, you're already being proclaimed great for doing really just one thing one time.
And I think that Super Bowl probably extra brought it down. Now it would have been different if it was like some crazy battle. they just got beat down. They got beat. I mean,
the
so
pass
here's
rush
another.
on Mahomes, the dropped catches, they can't score a touchdown. Like that was a straight up beat down. Even though the Bucks beat the Raiders pretty convincingly, it wasn't even that badly. You know,
Man.
like even the Raiders like looked better than the Chiefs did on at least the Raiders made it a game, because when the Raiders played the Bucks, at least it was a game through like the half, and then they came back a little later. That game was more interesting than the Super Bowl. The Chiefs they booty beat.
Yes, badly. I mean, they ran the ball down their throat like they wasn't even out there. It looked like varsity against junior varsity at some point.
All right.
I mean, I just felt like, man, they almost should just turn around and go back home or something. Why they don't even want to be here the way they're getting beat? But you know, good. Because you know why? Sometimes that changes a man, a team, whatever. They now they know because they were so anointed, and now they're like, oh wow, maybe we are. And that slow doubt starts to creep in your mind. But I mean, I feel like that.
I feel that they got a little comfortable with
year.
winning. They got a little too comfortable with winning, thinking they wouldn't lose.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, and that happens. That's one thing I think sometimes might happen with the 2 weeks off. Like Nevada, me and Q all had mentioned this too. The casinos, you were in Vegas, I was in Reno, Vegas. You in these big giant casinos, all the lights, the free drinks. They don't do that because people win. And 80%, what we were hearing was 80% of the people were coming up betting Kansas City. A perfect example, I was at the window. The person in front of me went up to the window, and I had my bets. I had like 110 on the parlay, money line and under, and like 40 on just straight points and under to hit. I'm winning a few $100, $600 or something. Dude in front of me, straight up 2,500 KC -3. And I was just thinking, like, man, I actually thought about him because I know there's more people than that betting big money on them. Like
dude, there was a guy in front of me in line, like way in front of me, where like I didn't even see him, but it was like trickled back. Like, did you see what he said? Some guy bet $4 million on the Chiefs. $4 million.
Yes.
Who has $4 million to lose? I was like, what's his number?
Yeah, but the people who have that kind of money to lose, it don't hurt them that bad. Because there was a guy on the news.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted his phone number. Because if he can afford to lose $4 million, like that's my kind of dude.
We would be fighting for him.
Yeah, we'd be fighting for him.
There was a dude though about 4 or 5 days ago that I saw on the news that had dropped like 2.5 million money line on Tampa Bay. So the money line, what I got it at was plus $1.45. It was probably plus $1.50 at one point. So if he got it plus $1.50, that means he's getting time and a half on his 2.3 million. That dude had a really good day. I mean, so that's why betting the underdog sometimes. I mean, when you get to a game like the Super Bowl, they're both great teams. Defense wins championships. Yeah. And the better defense showed up and showed out. Really,
I hope that Gruden's watching closely and he saw what was happening. I think the takeaway. The Raiders need 2 things. The takeaway is the Raiders need pass rushing.
Yes, big time.
Honestly, I know people hate me for saying this, but they need a quarterback. I'm not saying a different quarterback. I'm saying a quarterback that has the kill instinct to make plays. And I think even if it's Derek Carr, in my opinion, he needs to make. He could be a smart on paper. He can execute. He can do well. He doesn't have the killer instinct.
He doesn't have that. He needs that kill.
He needs the killer instinct.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. We need pass rush bad. Yes. And if it is Derek Carr, fine. I'm good with that too. If he can get that because we talk a lot of crap about Brady. You see Brady going at it with Matt. What's his name?
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
He was, and I was like, well, look at
He's
Brady.
like, no. I'm doing this. I was
Brady
like,
ain't no,
okay.
Brady ain't, he ain't. I was like, oh shit, Brady ain't no punk. Look at him.
Right. That's what I
And
thought
he
too. And I always thought he was.
we can say whatever we want about that dude. We don't like him for what
don't
you
like
know, but at least he wasn't no punk about it. That's what we need Derek Carr to get some of that
Yes.
swag, some
Yes.
ready to go kill someone, to step on their
Yes.
neck and take
But
them
he's
out.
not like that. He's always like, you just sacked me, or are you okay?
Right.
Like that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna
Well,
fly.
Travis says that we need the rookies to grow and replace them with the weak in the weak spot. So also the defense really needs to step up.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, the defense
that,
definitely
Travis.
needs to step up. The defense is very young. I mean, but they definitely we need a lot of help on defense. But we need a lot of help everywhere.
Everywhere. A complete package, yeah.
We do. We
But
probably
however, weren't the Bucks like 7-9 last year or something?
They were. But you know
what
what?
did they do differently?
So were we.
What? No, but what did they do differently?
They got Tom Brady. They got Tom Brady. They got Tom Brady.
They made
So
some moves.
I remember saying this at the beginning of the year, and I remember y'all were like, "Ooh, I know you did." Because I hate Tom Brady, but I was like, if we get Tom Brady, we'll win more games. I remember saying that in an episode.
You did say that. I still don't want to root for him, though. That would force me to root
no,
for
I
him.
don't. I really don't. But for the team, that's what I'm saying. I mean, ugh.
You know what?
We didn't want to say it. We didn't want it to be true. We didn't want him to win. But for me, this game, I needed him to beat KC. Period.
You know what might be interesting for Tom Brady? Like if you just sent him to Green Bay next year to see if they could win, if you could send him to the Saints the year after to see if they can win. like let's just put him on every team, and then if he ends up winning, then you know.
I'm gonna just keep saying, oh my God, how much longer can this old dude go? I mean, I'm old as dirt. He's right behind me, and I'm like, man, my body hurts just from drinking over the weekend hard in Vegas.
That's the thing. I don't think he drinks.
Yeah. Well, again, if you have that defense, then you go a little longer.
Yeah, no pass rush. But exactly. So he doesn't have to quote unquote work as hard.
Yeah.
But the thing I think was interesting about Tom Brady is he obviously dominated in the AFC, but then 1 year, very first year, going into the NFC and then running through the NFC and running through some of the greats like Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, and then winning a Super Bowl 1 year out. Now he's like dominating both leagues. As much as I don't like him, it's like, wow, you kind of have to respect that a little bit.
You kind of have to, man. We don't have to like him, but you kind of got to give a little bit of respect to him, you know? I mean, otherwise you're just a real hater. I mean, you know, and it's okay. I hate the dude, but I still can respect the things he's done a little bit, you know? And whatever, it is what it is. I just hope that we could get someone with that mentality, because he can't keep doing. His age is getting too advanced, but I don't know.
For
I don't
sure.
know, man. I just we'll see.
Right.
But I really believe the Raiders got a shot next year because of what they did to KC. I think we got a shot at the division next year. I really put the blueprint out there.
I hope you're right, but you tripping. I'll bet you that right now.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm gonna keep saying that. Like I said,
I'll take that bet, Thor.
because I have to. But in every year, I find every single game, I find a reason. I will figure out a reason and how the Raiders can win. Do I really think? I still say they're gonna go 8-8 or 9-7.
Well, we do have one more question here from everyone. Well, actually, Travis poses to everyone. What was more boring, game or halftime?
Yeah, I was disappointed in the halftime show for sure. I watched that. I thought
that was terrible.
The thing was, I like The Weeknd and I like his music, and what I think is people do a halftime show so you get excited about going to their concert. Like they don't get paid to do that; they actually buy into it, so they're doing it as like an advertisement and a promo piece, and it's supposed to get you excited about it. So I like his music, and I'm watching it thinking, maybe I don't need to go to his show.
Probably see the same thing. Yeah, you want to see a little extra at it.
And I think as a Super Bowl performance, all of the best performances come with collaborations, because I think it should appeal to more than one audience. And I think it needs to be a party. I think it needs to be someone who's live. People are great. Look, Adele can sing her booty off, but I don't think she would make a great halftime show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it needs to be a party. So that's what I think about that.
Oh, Sharif says the lowest rated Super Bowl since 2007.
Oh, okay. That's a long time.
That's a long time.
I wonder why that is. All right, Thor, but we hey, you know what? If you're down, we can always come back and talk tomorrow night. I'm cool with that. But you know, I got to go watch my girl Serena, and we already overtime. But I gave you your 5 minutes back.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, we'll talk. I mean, I don't know about tomorrow, but maybe one of these days.
Whatever.
We'll figure something out. Yeah, definitely.
Figure it out.
Who knows? Maybe the weekend. Speaking of the weekend.
Well, I think speaking of Sharif, I think I saw Sharif's Reef's post about. He said, if this is the weekend, I'm ready for Monday.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I was just talking about the singer the weekend.
Yeah.
Before we go, I do want to thank everybody again. I want to thank The Black Hole, Cisco Kid for coming out to Allegiant. I want to thank TNBC Las Vegas, Lonnie Cash for coming out to Allegiant. I want to thank Lonnie and Certified Shrubs for performing live on our shows. I want to thank the Raiders homies. Oh, I never made the Raider homie announcement. Okay, we're gonna have to save that then. I want to thank the Raider homies, Raider Wednesday, Little Chucky Gruden. And if you're not subscribed to Little Chucky Gruden, we're about to go off right now, so make sure you pop over to him.
Sharif, you did say Serena is the real GOAT.
Hey, I just think him and I became best friends.
I know, right?
The real GOAT. That's my girl. So shout out to everybody. I don't think I forgot anybody, right? I went through.
Well, we had Raider Moore, Antoine, of course, Vega, Travis, Nate. We had a bunch of people, but I want to know where all my ladies are. Get you next, besides my cousin April. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Catch you next time. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining. We know we go out one way and only one way. Raiders!
Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. That's right. And I'm with Spicy Girl and that Mother Moon. La Familia. My Thor and a Quiet Q. Super Hood. Omar. On the grill. And the B-Lot. 3 amigos. 4 brothers. Mr. Nicely Seasoned. What's the mariachis without Senior Raider? Representing just like the beginning Oakland Raider. Darlene and the Raider home. What about Little Chucky Gruden, my boss. Black Eyes. We're tailgaters. And it began on an autumn day, right here in the OAK. California dreaming in that Golden State. Alameda County right here in the Bay. And you could find me on that east side, yo, representing that east side, oh. But no matter what, we represent the shield, just like Anna in the band club Emery. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity, from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. Yo, this is my story and I represent it with the pride and the poise, commitment to that excellence. I represent with noise. This is how I do it, the silver and the black, and I come into the track and I represent it, matter of fact. And I'm cruising around with Hollywood Raider all around the town, and I just found out Raider Savage on the interstate. Raider de la Baja, yeah, orale. So get over here, cause we representing now. And that I don't win as a pirate. The I don't win as a breeze. The I don't win as a race. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity, from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. That's right. Mr. Matter of Fact is here.